Okay, in Lab 16, you're going to work with synthetic aperture radar data, and specifically we're going to look at its use for looking at flooding and flood inundation. All right, so different from some of the previous labs, in this lab we're not going to work in ArcGIS Pro. Instead, we're going to make use of a different toolbox that is free and open source. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is get that toolbox. So here's a link in the lab, so I'm just going to open this link and pull this over here. So what you want is to download this snap tool, and for whatever system you have, it's available for Windows, Mac, and Unix systems. So I downloaded Windows 64-bit because I'm on a Windows 64-bit machine. And again, this is the Sentinel Toolbox and Science Toolbox Exploration Platform, or SNAP software. This is made available by the European Space Agency and is free, and as you can see, available on a wide variety of different platforms. So this tool, is once it launches, is its own, again, standalone software. It looks something like this. I'm just going to pull over the blank window. That's the software you're going to be working with. All right, this isn't something that I wrote. So instead, this is coming from the NASA's Applied Remote Sensing and Training Program. So we're using this material that they made available. So you're going to need to navigate to this page. I'm going to open up this link. And this is a page for a workshop. And you need to complete 2 modules on this page. So the first module is this overview and application of synthetic aperture radar. And that's going to provide some additional background information that's going to reinforce what we talked about in the module and add some additional information. And you're going to need this to answer some of the questions in the lab. So you want to read through that before you attempt anything. And then the next step is to actually do a hands-on component, and that's this SAR Applied Applications for Flood Mapping module. So we open that up here, and you can see that, again, it's a similar format, but this has actually got hands-on steps that you work through. So we did some of this for you, so that you didn't have to create an account or process anything. We went ahead and downloaded the data. So you should read through this, but we did this processing step and clear down to page 12, and we were providing you those files here. So you have access to the SAR files. And then you're ready to actually open those files inside of the Snap tool and start working with them. Note you actually don't have to unzip them. It expects to have a zip file provided. Okay, so to kind of step through what you're going to do here, you're going to go through it, you're going to read in the data, create some visualizations of the data, and then go through some pre-processing steps to fix geometric and radiometric calibration issues and whatnot. So at the end, we'll end up with a product that's a multi-temporal stack of multiple images that have been corrected. And then you're going to look at 2 methods to try to map or delineate the extent of water. The first method is a thresholding method. So you're just setting a threshold to differentiate water and land. You can see the output there. And then the second is actually using a supervised classification. Again, this is all done in Snap. And in this case, you're going to use a random forest classifier, supervised classification to make a extraction. So that ends on 41. The back end of this is Google Earth Engine, which you do not need to do. So basically you're working from page 13 to page 41, and again, we provided the data. Okay, and then from that, you're going to answer some general background questions, and some questions that were specific to the modules you're supposed to look over. And once you complete the hands-on component, we just need you to send us 3 screen captures, or deliver 3 screen captures. So the RGB multi-temporal composite you create, the water versus land classification based on a threshold, and then the supervised classification result. Note that these just need to be screen captures. You don't need to give us like formal map layouts. So you won't be using ArcPro at all in this assignment. You're going to be working with some modules provided by NASA and working in the SNAP environment provided by the ESA.